Hello, everybody. If you want to read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short Story 724, The Hidden Code, Intermediate. Anna worked as a software engineer in a tall office building in central London. Her days were filled with coding and fixing bugs for a big tech company. She was good at her job, but lately something felt wrong. Strange messages kept appearing on her computer screen, short, coded phrases that vanished after a few seconds. One evening, after everyone had left, Anna stayed late to investigate. She typed quickly, her fingers flying over the keyboard. Suddenly, her screen flickered, and a hidden file opened. It was a list of names, dates, and locations. At the top, it said, Operation Shadow. Her heart raced. This wasn't just a bug. It was a secret plan. Anna copied the file to a small USB drive and slipped it into her bag. As she stood up, she heard footsteps in the hallway. The lights were dim, and shadows danced on the walls. She hid behind a desk, holding her breath. A man in a dark suit walked past, talking quietly on his phone. "The leak must be stopped," he said. She waited until he was gone, then ran to the stairs. Her mind spun with questions. Who was behind this? The file mentioned a group hacking into bank accounts to steal money from powerful people. If they found out she had seen it, she could be in danger. The next day, Anna met her friend Mark, a reporter, in a busy cafe. "Look at this," she whispered, showing him the USB drive. Mark's eyes widened. "This could be huge. You have to be careful. These people might be watching." That night, Anna's phone rang with an unknown number. "You have something that doesn't belong to you," a deep voice said. "Return it or you'll regret it." She hung up, her hands shaking. She knew she had to act fast. Anna decided to decode the rest of the file. At her desk, she worked through the night. The plan was to launch a massive cyber attack in 2 days, crippling the city's financial system. Names of corrupt officials were involved. If it succeeded, millions would lose everything. Suddenly, her computer shut down. The office door burst open and a man in a dark suit entered with 2 others. "Give us the drive," he demanded, pointing a small device that looked like a stun gun. Anna backed away, her pulse pounding. "I already sent copies to the police," she lied, hoping to buy time. One of the men lunged at her, but she dodged and grabbed a heavy lamp from the desk. She swung it hard, hitting his arm. He yelped and dropped the device. The leader charged, but Anna kicked a chair into his path, making him trip. She ran to the emergency exit, alarms blaring. Down the stairs she went, floor after floor, her legs burning. Outside, police cars were waiting. Mark had called them after she texted him for help. The men were arrested as they tried to escape. It turned out they were part of an international crime ring, using the company's network to hide their operations. In the end, Anna's evidence led to the arrest of the corrupt officials too. The cyber attack was stopped, and the city was safe. Anna became a hero, but she knew the digital world was full of hidden dangers. From then on, she watched her screen a lot more carefully. Vocabulary notes. Flickered. Definition: to shine or burn with a light that is not steady, often appearing and disappearing quickly. Can also describe a screen or image changing briefly. Example: suddenly her screen flickered and a hidden file opened. This shows how Anna's computer screen changed unexpectedly, revealing the secret file. Similar words: flashed, appeared suddenly and briefly. Glimmered, shone faintly. Blinked, opened and closed quickly like eyes or lights. Investigate. Definition. To examine or look into something carefully in order to discover facts or information, often to solve a problem or mystery. Example. One evening, after everyone had left, Anna stayed late to investigate. Here, Anna is trying to find out more about the strange messages on her computer. Similar words. Examine. Study closely. Probe. Explore deeply. Research. Gather information systematically. Whispered. Definition. To speak very quietly, using breath instead of voice, so that only people close by can hear, often used for secrets or in a quiet place. Example. Look at this, she whispered, showing him the USB. Anna speaks softly to her friend Mark in the cafe to avoid being overheard. Similar words. Murmured, spoke softly and unclearly. Muttered, said something quietly, often in complaint. Hissed, spoke in a sharp, quiet way like a snake. Lunged. Definition. To make a sudden forward movement, especially to attack or grab something, implies quick and forceful action. Example. One of the men lunged at her, but she dodged and grabbed a heavy lamp from the desk. The man tries to attack Anna suddenly to take the USB drive. Similar words. Pounced. Jumped suddenly like an animal. Charged. Moved forward aggressively. Leaped. Jumped quickly and far. Dodged. Definition. To move quickly to one side in order to avoid being hit or caught, often used in situations of danger or evasion. Example. One of the men lunged at her, but she dodged and grabbed a heavy lamp from the desk. Anna avoids the man's attack by moving aside swiftly. Similar words. Evaded. Avoided cleverly. Sidestepped. Stepped to the side to avoid. Ducked. Bent down quickly to avoid something. Story written by Steve UK and Grok4. Image created by Grok4. To read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, Drifting at 432 Hertz, Unicorn Heads.
You know, what makes a thriller actually, well, thrilling? It's not always the big explosions or the crazy car chases. Sometimes it's just one single perfectly chosen word that can build all the suspense. So today, we're going to deconstruct this short thriller, The Hidden Code, and see how the language itself becomes the action.
So let's start with a question, just to get you in the zone. What if your computer, the device you use every single day, was hiding a secret so dangerous it could actually get you killed? Well, that's the terrifying reality our main character is about to stumble into.
All right, so our story kicks off like a lot of stories do these days, with a simple computer glitch. But this is not your average bug. This is Section 1, a mysterious coded message. It's the very first thread of a conspiracy that's about to unravel, well, everything. So let's meet our hero. This is Anna. She's a super smart software engineer living a pretty normal life in London. Her whole world is about logic and order, just endless lines of code. Usually, her biggest problem is some stubborn bug in the system, but that is all about to change. It all starts with this: weird coded messages just flashing on her screen, and then, poof, they're gone. They're totally out of place, kind of unsettling, and they're the very first clue that something is seriously wrong inside her company's network. This is the hook that pulls us in. So one night, Anna stays late to figure out what in the world is going on. And this is the moment of discovery. Her screen doesn't just change. The story says it flickered. That single word just screams instability, a break from the normal.
right before a hidden file pops into view. And let's think about that word for a second. Flickered. It's not appeared or opened. Flickered suggests something unstable, maybe even a little ghostly. You know, like a glitch in the matrix. It feels like an accident, which makes the secret she's about to find feel so much more dangerous. And what's the big secret? Well, it's a file with a pretty ominous name, Operation Shadow. Yeah, just the name alone tells you we've gone way beyond a simple computer bug. This is something secret, something that's supposed to stay hidden. The stakes just went way, way up. And that brings us right to Section 2, Uncovering Operation Shadow. So Anna's found the file. Now she's got to figure out what it all means, and that's an act that's going to put her in even more danger. This is such a crucial moment. Anna makes a choice. She decides to investigate. She's not just going to be a passive victim here. Nope. She's actively digging for the truth, taking control. This one word marks her shift from just a bystander to the hero of our story. And her investigation is really smart and methodical. Step 1, she finds the file. Step 2, she gets the evidence onto a USB drive, a total classic thriller move. Then her paranoia is immediately proven right when she overhears some sketchy guy in the hall. And step 4, she realizes she can't do this alone and calls her friend Mark, who's a reporter. You can see how each step just keeps raising the stakes. So when she finally meets Mark, it's in a busy cafe, a public place, for safety. But listen to how she speaks. She doesn't just talk to him, she whispers. That tiny detail tells you everything you need to know about the secrecy and the danger of this meeting. And that one word, whispered, just changes the whole atmosphere. It turns this loud public cafe into this intense, clandestine meeting spot. All the other noise just fades away. All that matters is the secret being passed between them and the fear just hanging in the air. Okay, so now the story is shifting gears. We're diving into Section 3, Confrontation in the Office. The people behind Operation Shadow, they know Anna has their secret, and you better believe they are coming to get it back. The threat comes through, direct and chilling, over the phone from some unknown number. Return it or you'll regret it. I mean, there's no room for misinterpretation there. The suspense isn't about some hidden mystery anymore. It's about a direct, physical threat to Anna's life. So as the threats get worse, Anna finally cracks the rest of the file and realizes what's really at stake here. It's a plan to launch a massive cyber attack in just 2 days, an attack that's designed to completely cripple the city's entire financial system. All of a sudden, she's not just fighting for herself. She's in a race against time to save the whole city. And then, the clock runs out. Her office door bursts open, and it's the guy from the hallway. Only this time, he brought backup. The threat is no longer on the phone. It is in the room with her. The confrontation is about to get physical. Now pay close attention to the action words used to describe this moment. It says, one of the men lunged at her, but she dodged. This isn't just describing a fight. It's a perfectly balanced sentence of attack and defense. So first, we have lunged. This word implies this sudden, aggressive, almost animal-like movement. It's not just moved toward her, it's an explosive action meant to overwhelm her. It's pure offense. And Anna's response? She dodged. It's the perfect counterword. It's a quick, smart, evasive reaction. He lunged, she dodged. That word choice creates this super rapid-fire visual in your head, and it shows us just how quick she is on her feet, even under all that pressure. Which brings us to the climax, Section 4. The code is broken. The fight is on, and we're about to see if Anna's quick thinking is actually enough to save her. So she uses a chair to trip one of the guys and just bolts for the emergency exit. But she's not just running blindly. She had a plan. Right before they burst in, she sent one critical text to Mark. And that little bit of foresight is what saves her as the alarms start blaring, letting everyone know the secret is finally out. And here's the result of all her courage. Because of Mark's call, the police are waiting for them. The criminals get arrested, The data on that USB stick stops the cyber attack and exposes every single person involved. An entire criminal operation completely dismantled, all because one person decided to investigate a strange little message. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that in a world built on code, sometimes the most powerful tool isn't a program. It's just good old-fashioned human curiosity. The story shows us that even in our digital age, it's the courage to look a little closer at the things that seem off that really brings the secrets to light. And that leaves us with one final thought. Anna's entire story started with something really small, a message that would have been so easy to just ignore. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? In our own digital lives, with this constant stream of information and notifications, what hidden codes might you be overlooking?